Hello everyone and welcome back to another Division 2 video. Today we continue playing our division series with some of the new divisions, this time 208th. And again, once we've finished with all the new ones, which I know I'm a little bit slow to bring out, then we're going to go back to our original plan of start working our way up from the bottom of the divisions, and that will have changed quite a bit with this patch, so there's that. But anyway, so before we get into that, I have two little things I want to quickly mention, and the first one is the tournament. So again, I am hosting a tournament that will start in November. It will be played in the FOB HQ Discord. And if you're interested in the link in the description down below, there's a link to the rule set and a link to the sign up where you can sign up. All you need to do is sign up. It's a Google Forms, but you don't need to be signed in. I just need the name that you use in your Discord so that I can know who signed up in that Discord. So I'm not going to get any data of you or anything like that. So no need to log in, so that should not be an issue. And again, rule sets and login are there, so you just need to sign up and then join the Discord. In the sign up form, you will also find the link to the Discord if you're not in there already. The way it's going to work is basically you build your army group, which is essentially a list of divisions, and there's a rule of how you build that, so you can't just take all the best divisions in the game. And then for the whole tournament, you can only play the divisions that you have in your army group, and you can only play each of those once. So you have to be a little bit smart about what you take and how you use them. It should be great fun. Second is Hope Tango is actually back to doing Steel Division 2 content. Now, he's not the most active, I don't think, although he has gotten back, so who knows. And so far there has not been any Steel Division content uploaded on his YouTube yet. Any new one, he has a lot of old one, which is also great, so you can go and give that a watch. But yeah, he's starting again, so go check him out if you're missing the extra Steel Division 2 content that Attack Power used to provide. Maybe some will be provided by Hubert Tango now. I don't know how regularly he will upload. I wouldn't expect too often, but I might be wrong. I hope I am. So again, go check him out. Link is in the description down below. For those of you who already know him and have known that he is back, now you know. Now, to this, my opinion on this division. Well, obviously, a phase is a big struggle. You have tools for some situations, but your infantry is a massive problem. It really is. In A phase, and then in B phase, your infantry is actually really fun. It has a lot of flavor. It's really cool, but it is not super good. It's a very meh division. Again, super fun in B phase, but before that, not great. And some of the other tabs are a bit lackluster, although some of them are pretty good. So yeah, it is definitely, in terms of maps you want to play, this is definitely more of a mid-range division. Clearly, by lack of 2K, there are some you can take, but I decided not to. But yeah, so it is more of a mid-range division, and you can definitely make it work on closer range maps as well, but you need to be very resourceful with some of your units, and can resort to spam a little bit, but it is possible. As for the build, we're going to go into a lot of details very soon, but some things that I want to bring up for those of you who want to skip ahead afterwards. Specifically in B and C phase, I decided not to take the Panzergren. It's just that all of these are good in terms of cost efficiency. For those of you who have watched my game where I talked, where I casted Luna playing this division, yes, I actually changed my mind on these. I'm bringing them. I'm still not 100% convinced on it, but I'm getting more convinced as time goes on, and I kind of want all of these instead of Panzergrens, but I think it wouldn't be wrong taking them. So there's definitely something you can do. You can swap any of these out for Panzergrens. Maybe not that one. And there's that. You can definitely take more tanks if you want them. You could also change things around a little bit in the AT tab to take this or more Mardas. None of these choices would be wrong. You can definitely take different artillery or more of it. These are things that I would definitely understand as well. Yeah, there's also other options here if you like them, but I'm happy with this as it is. Now, for the more detailed version, in the recon tab, there's just not that much we can actually take. This thing would, of course, be good, but it is, as long as we don't have the, if the activation points are a limiting factor, I'd rather not take them, because 6-man B phase. And, The recon is nice and all, but if you actually want to for fighting, infantry is not bad at spotting things anyway. So the availability is a little bit low for me for taking as a fighting unit. This thing, we can get less, but we can get SBW 222s for basically the same price, and we get some infantry recon with that as well instead. So and that sounds like the better deal to me. And then, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Recon tanks are always very good, and it gives us some more tanks for cheaper than if we took them in the tank tab. Infantry tab, so this is the big problem in A phase, and then after that it gets really funny. Yeah, in A phase we just have Grenadier and Grenadier MG42. I actually wish we got regular Grenadier, so then we get better availability if I remember this correctly. But either way, it is what it is. I'm taking the Panzerfaust ones because it helps us against light armor at least, which it can be a bit of a problem for this division. It's not a massive, like, division has some tools against it, but still, it can be a problem, so I'd rather have those. At the end of the day, the availability, you know, same at single vet, one less at no vet, so that sounds okay to me. We take the good CQC in A phase, we have plenty of options in B phase. I bring the leader in B phase. Now, this looks like a very odd choice, and truthfully it is, but the reason why I'm doing this is I'm kind of trying this now to follow Luna a little bit. But these, while they do better with a leader, it's still not great. These, on the other hand, I think a leader can help them very much. So I'd rather have all my leaders in B phase and have 6 of them to really spam around and have a good net of leaders, instead of having it in A phase where it probably won't have that big of an impact. This is my feeling. I might be completely wrong. But this is kind of how I'm feeling about this. And then in B phase, we get all the fun stuff. I'm taking mostly hybrid units because with the Maverick Income, we can maybe try and have a go at overwhelming our opponent. We kind of need to make up for some lost territory. Maybe even in the CQC compartment, maybe, I don't know. So I like to have the Jäger MP44 and the Jäger Panier. The reason why I like to have all of those is this is not fantastic at CQC. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic. This is also not fantastic. It has shotgun and ATM 44s are definitely better than they used to be, but still not. And the sniper helps. And then you have this thing, which is a Pioneer, but the one that is more expensive. You get the G43s, which is good, but yeah. So none of these are fantastic at CQC, but they're kind of hybridy, except for this one is just weird. So there's that. Now this thing we have for range is fantastic. And then again, these in C phase, just so that we have a little bit more flexibility. However, again, there is an argument to be made that the Grenadier Panzerfaust might be better because, truthfully, it is not great at CQC. It doesn't have shock, so it's quite a downgrade from this one. On top of that, while you have the MG42, you really have nothing to support it. And hybridness, in my opinion, is not as strong anymore when you're not attacking. Because when you're attacking, you're constantly trying to overwhelm your opponent. When your opponent is pushing you, already usually brings the right tools for the right spot. It can still be useful in some cases, but it's less so. But I'm trying it anyway for now. Just that. Now, if there's one thing that I would replace here, honestly, it would probably be the Jäger. I think the combination of Jäger MP44 and Jäger Pioneer, which I would then probably unvet, is probably good enough for CQC, all things considered. These are just very spammy. They have a Panzerfaust, you have extra firepower, so I'd rather do that than bring the Panzer Grenadier. Originally, I really thought you want to have the quality troops, but the longer I look at this, the more I think you just go with the spam. Kind of. Tank tab, there's really not that many options. We could take a C-phase tank, but I think with the recon tanks, we should be just enough. If we have to go against a tank-heavy division, this is probably not the division to go with it anyway. So I'd rather, like, this is one of those cases where I'd rather not build for every potential situation, but just kind of go with what we have. You have tank buses to help with armor. Support tab, there's some really fun tools here, however we can't really fit all of them in. Of course, there's this thing, which is a bit better with 10 more pen. Has better accuracy though, which also matters quite a lot. There's also the BX IG-18, which is a really good thing too, but I think this one is probably a little bit better. We can't take out of those in AVs, unfortunately. Other than that, it's the classic. I don't double vet my MG42 because I think we need all the things in AVs we can get. AT tab, there's definitely options here. This thing is only available in B and C phase, so we could definitely switch out a pack 40 for one of these if you want to have more mobile AT. We also get better numbers, and even still better numbers at double that. So maybe that's something we can do. Now we're gonna try. We're gonna try with this. We're gonna see. This thing, you could take it. However, you don't have 2k HE, so this thing will probably just easily get killed by 2k HE. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. This division will struggle anyway at range, so unless you place for tournament game, I just don't think it's necessary. A-tab, not that many options that are like you would seriously consider. You could definitely take this in B phase. However, I love these because they're cheaper and it's easier to cover the whole map. This thing is of course good. By the way, I would rather have these in A phase, but we can't. This thing is good, but it can be a little bit of a stretch because it's expensive, so I might not be able to afford it. It's easy to get killed, so we might need to bring in some more map coverage with that. Now, as for the artillery, this is where probably you will be wondering why I'm building it the way I do. So SK-18s I think is a no-brainer. We could probably even single vet those. Now, why do I bring this in A phase? Well, originally I had mortars, but I'm taking this one. This is a deliberate choice. First of all, it gives me more AT, also AT that is cheaper, and also it has the AG shell with radio. So at the end of the day, this kind of acts like a mortar. It has a little bit less ammo, but it's also less expensive, and it functions as AT as well. So you don't necessarily need mortars. We get 3 of those. That's good enough. Look at the mortars, the ones we can take in A phase. You could get 4. They have 25 shells, which is better, admittedly. They don't have radios. They're not as accurate. This thing's pretty accurate with radio. So ultimately, this thing kind of functions similarly to a mortar. At the end of the day. So for light support, I don't need anything in the artillery tab. However, I can fit this thing in. And with the slot that I have, that I free by this, because otherwise it would be 49 points, I can then take another AT plane here, which I think is much more important at the end of the day. Speaking of it, we have the JU-87 in A phase. The reason for that is that for 100 points, first of all, these are expensive, so it's not that easy to afford. Also, this thing is actually pretty good early on because you can get multiple runs with it. It can actually reasonably kill multiple targets. So you bring this in, it is not too expensive. I mean, 100 points is still not cheap, but you know, compared to this, much cheaper. And it can actually kill multiple things at once. By the time AA comes in, it's not as strong anymore. So if you do it the other way around in B phase, it's probably not going to be that useful. Of course, these can last us through a whole game. So this is kind of the trade-off that we have here. We take 2 planes over just 1, but I think ultimately it's still worth it because this thing can generate so much value early on. And then if you still need more in B phase, we can get these. They should actually get through fairly often and get the rockets off. We also don't need a fighter because the only fighter that we have in A phase is this one. I think this one is, yeah, this one's phase locked. And if you look closely, it's exactly the same. Ammo is a little bit different, but if you really need to kill something, this thing can also do it. And we get recon on top of it at the same time. So that's really a no-brainer. This thing, just bad availability. This thing, bad availability. Just take the cheap JU-87s, 2 bomb loadouts so we can do the old switch off one of them. And then go back in for another run. So this is how I build it. Again, there's definitely disagreements here. My main concern is running out of infantry. But we're going to test it, and then we're going to go back and see if we really need more units in A phase. I kind of don't want to because I think we're going to really spam out all of the stuff we have in B phase, but we really might have to take some more units in A phase because these are super cheap and they're not that good, so we might run out of them. And here we are. So we are up against Tristel, I don't know how you say it, who is has asked for someone to play with, and I decided to just play with him instead of hopping into the queue, which is nice. So he picked, he got a free choice, not knowing what my division was. He picked Kastritsa and Tetau versus my 208. To be honest, I would rather play this division. It's one of my favorite ones. So we're gonna have to deal with it now. This is gonna be a bit tricky because this division has so much spam. Now we can kind of spam a little bit on our own. We have our own spam going, of course, so that's definitely gonna help. But still, now the quality troop that he gets also help in A phase, which is where I don't really have anything. What I'm most worried about here is, to be honest, secrecy is not my biggest concern. Right from the start, I do have better CQC. He has some ersatz pioneer, I think it is. But, you know, we have Pyos, Shroom Pyos. And in B-phase, we have all the hybrid units, which is where he's really not going to have much. My bigger concern here is really all the spam, and then the rocket artillery that he has. So the Panzerwerfer, if he brings them, as well as the Nebelwerfer, of course, are going to be a big problem here. Because my division will really struggle against that, right? I can't really... Yeah, there's not that much that I can do. I can't really easily... so on this map, you're easily like bunched up in here, or over here, or even here. So it's just very easy to get a rocket strike in there and kill a bunch of stuff. This is, I think, my main concern here. But let's see. We are on the bad side, of course, which is not very good, since we do have to get the breakthrough in B phase. Delays in A phase, we're really not going to do it. Not on this side, not in this matchup. Early A is probably going to be needed. He has a good air force, and he's probably going to use it. We're also going to need some early artillery in there support, so I think we're going to bring out one of these guys. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. It's cheaper than a mortar at the end of the day, and it can still do a lot of work. So we're going to use it here, transport snipe if we can. If we cannot transport snipe, we just then shift to use it, like, yeah, shift to using it as artillery. We can bring one over here, and then we might actually be able to snipe some transports. And again, if not, yeah, we're in radio range over here. So it's going to be nice. We want to have recon over there. I don't really... We could do the push in here, really. The problem is I don't really have money. Yeah, my transports are not exactly faster than his. Still... Yeah, I think we need more infantry in A phase. It's already by looking at this, it looks like a huge pain. To find a way to deal with this. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is... Let's get more infantry in A phase. I was kind of thinking, you know, then we don't have enough spam for B phase because we're going to be spamming. But really looking at this, this looks awful. We probably also should single vet this so we have more CQC. Yeah, I already don't know how to spend all my A phase points. I don't want to blow everything into deployment. So I think that tells us about where that tells us where we are when it comes to how much infantry we should probably be getting. This is going to have to do for here, because again, we have to remember we don't want to run out early. We don't have 50 mils, which I would really love to have here. We need to get in here. Yeah, I need to take these guys since they come in a whoosh. I don't really want to blow all of them right away, but... Oh, no, it doesn't have flame, I forgot about that. So, actually, this in the right spot can be quite good. We're going to get this thing right behind there. And then we're going to bring one of these in. And... we're going to use an early Stuka there. We might have to. What we're also going to do is make sure that we're not going to get... We don't have any Panzerschrecks moving through here. This is a thing that we really don't want to have. Can we actually put it here and that might protect all of it? Not really the whole length. Just going to bring it over here. It's not my favorite play, but we might have to do it. Going to bring some infantry. Yeah, the problem is we're burning through our infantry at this rate. We haven't even deployed over here yet, which is where we... Actually, I think we're not going to push there. What we're going to do is this. And... this. And in the center, we're going to get A. I think that's actually the play here. Because, again, I just don't think we can... We tried to get this... an early little push, and I think that's about as far as we can go early push. I think anything else is absolutely pointless. Because we're just going to get overwhelmed. Yeah, I don't even know what to take here. This is a very infantry-heavy matchup, so we don't have a... Like, you can have the tank at the Panzerjäger R35 in A phase, and that's about it in terms of armor. Or the Flammpanzer, of course, that one too. So 80 is not that important, so we need a lot of tools to support our infantry, and we need a lot of infantry, which is both are kind of limited right now. So that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, bring a tank here. Stück can definitely do it. Is it worth it though? I don't know. Recon will probably be a smart choice, but I don't really know what to take here. Maybe... I don't know, machine gun for this might actually be really good. I think this is a good move. Because then we can save ourselves some... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We need to tell these two gentlemen to take this road. And then... No, okay, so you are going to go here. And unload here. And then you are going to go here. And then unload over here. Ready? Good luck, have fun. I'm really not confident about this deployment. I'm also not very confident about the matchup, but we're going to have to wait and see. I think my division A phase spam is going to be hard to deal with because, again, I don't have enough infantry, I feel like. But it's definitely something we need to work on. So this deck needs improvement, I can tell this right away. Now, of course, this is not the matchup that you would run into every day. So, you know, that is a factor to consider there as well. We can also bring early artillery, by the way. Yeah, see, that's the amount of infantry we're going to have to deal with. Oh, look at that. That's the Panzerjäger 35R. Well, I'm not deploying any tanks. They can do infantry support, though. So we need to be careful about that. Probably recon. Something for the open. I'm not going to get there first, so we can pull that off. And a lot of tools over there, so yeah, we have to be careful here. Oh, no, don't take that one. Well, since nothing's coming, let's move over here. Ooh, do I see a 50 mil here? Well, actually, I don't have anything there, so... Yeah, if I can get rid of that early on, that would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, this I would like to bomb. Oh, I need to get something in here. Alright. Next up we go after that. Let's see if we can do some little pushes here. Alright. We can go after that. Yeah, the F109 I'm not too worried about. This thing is... Yeah, it has... Oh, this is one with the 30 mil. Never mind. I'm a bit worried about that. But not that much. And I guess we're still gonna get... Oh yeah, that wasn't me. He's not greedy though, so he's not stupid. We go after whatever is over here. I don't really care about this single unit over there. We have to retreat that one though. And something's coming this way. Should be able to overwhelm, I think. So I'm gonna get another one right away because again, otherwise we're not gonna be able to overwhelm those This we're gonna lose, but I just need him to be there in time for this to aim, which I guess is not gonna be fast enough, so might just have to accept the fact that we're gonna lose that. Oh. Okay, you are opening up on that, that's good. Sniper should go down eventually, my pannier can hold the forest over there. We can shift you over here. That's where we're going to need you. We're going to get a pioneer in there. And I guess... Right, we can focus on that one now. And then this one we can just focus down with the... Oh. That's obviously not good. Again, we're going to save that for later. Yeah, I think we're going to have to accept that we're going to lose some ground in A phase. This is the real price though. It's going to be somewhere in there, and I think it's time we're going to bring the big artillery there. Oh, this sniper is in an annoying position there. But we're going to get an early 13-11, but just back to 12-5, that's alright. Not going to get too close. We're going to need this to react to whatever is going to happen over here.
Infanterie bereit. Die haben wir niedergemäht.
What is that?
Wir müssen hier raus! Wie lauten Ihre Befehle? Zieh den Arsch an, Hans!
We need it on a recon plane. I'm gonna have to go air spamming here, which I don't really like. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to use it for that. I'd rather use it for that than not using it all, so... I have to say, the SS Junker are now really strong. Oh, it's really trying hard to break through over there. Interesting. Not have been the play that I would have expected, honestly. Oh, there's probably going to be AA. Yeah, but we can go after that. Oh, he needs to get back there. And there we go. Gonna be a slow ass grind. By the way, if you haven't known, and I'm not joking, Tetao on Kostrita is actually a good division. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm really not kidding, guys. If you don't believe me, give it a try and then see for yourself. Because the thing that this division has going, which you might not give it credit for, is that, I guess we need to cover this now. It's probably just a unit in here, but I don't want to have Panzerschrecks sneaking through that. That could be a problem. The thing about this division on this map specifically is that you have so much infantry spam and you can just easily overwhelm things. And again, you have these MP44 units, which are not too bad. You have basically a Fallschirmjäger in A phase too. And you have leaders everywhere. Exactly, this is how I do it myself. This is a very good way of building this, so... using the cheap leaders, you get leadership everywhere. If he's also using the good ones, which I haven't seen so far, then he's doing it really how he should do. So far I've not seen that yet, so... Maybe he's not playing it in the most optimal way. Maybe he is. We're gonna need another one over here. As long as I can win this... The problem is the MP44 is doing still a lot of damage and a lot of suppression. I was really hoping that my unit could win this eventually. Which it still does, okay, good. Alright, alright. Yeah, the play is coming over that. Okay. Alright. Well, we can have AT here anyway, so... It's not a bad call. Okay, my Stück needs to hold this. Then we're good. Of course it doesn't. Of course it loses instantly. That's how things should be. Of course, naturally. Okay. We should get access to... Yeah, if we don't deal with them, they will eventually overwhelm us. So this is why I want to have 2 flak feelings out early on. They should get a kill on this now. There we go. 1 plane down. That's really important. And now we can have a little thing going on our own. Let's see what we have here, and then we can use the J87s when needed. Also gonna bring some a decent position. And this is now where the fun can begin. We're gonna get 2 of those, and then we're gonna get 1 actual quality unit. And I think we're good to go. Actually, all these mortars over there, really annoying. Good, we're gonna go after this next. Yeah, he's still there. Okay, we're gonna go after it. I might actually use that now. Let's get an SK team going. And importantly, leadership with our nice new units that we get here. And then let's get this thing going. Let's go. We're gonna get another one of these in here. We're gonna get a leader in here. And then we need to get an SK team going for some support over there as well. Okay, yeah, this is the problem now. This is the problem now. We can get these going. Although he's using them poorly, because he's using them at this distance. Just not generally speaking how these should be used, really. Alright. 40 open now. We can get some stuff going, and then we might be able to push in there, actually. Let's get one of these in. And let's try to get Jäger in position here. Oh, these also get shocked. Didn't know that. Yeah, that explains a lot. Alright. Let's push this now. that we actually have the tools to do that.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Oh no, why did exactly the expensive unit die in the transport?
Ich muss zurück.
That's a bit of an issue.
Artillerie zu Diensten.
We can go after whatever is over there.
Stehen bereit. Lanzer zur Stelle. Wir geben auf. Haha, das hat gesessen. Ohne Tritt, Marsch. Feuerüberlegenheit.
Yeah, let's kill the leader first.
Feuerüberlegenheit. Bereit, Herr Hauptmann. Wir können nicht mehr. Zieh den Arsch an, Hans. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Der ist hinüber. Kameraden, das war's. Infanterie bereit. Vorwärts, Männer, aber schießt erst auf mein Kommando.
Alright.
Achtung, der Feind ist in der Nähe.
And you can get back to work. You can also get back to work over here.
Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Bajonette aufpflanzen. Es hat Unteroffizier Steine erwischt.
Right, shoot at whatever you can. Don't need more artillery as it is right now. However, what we could use.
Weder Freund noch Feind.
Alright, let's get some more in there.
Hört.
Good, 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 good.
Gefechterkommandant.
I guess we gotta bring you over here. I guess get some more recon going.
Feuerbereitschaft hergestellt.
And let's move you up.
Es hat mich erwischt.
For some support, I guess.
Ich hab ihn. Bajonette aufpflanzen. Infanterie bereit. Der ist hinüber. Jawohl, Kommandant. Scheiße, es hat einen erwischt. Lanzer zur Stelle.
Alright. Jäger Pioneer, let's go. Recon, let's go. And then we can use our air force over there.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
We just Q move everywhere. That's kind of the way to go with this division, really. The only thing that I should have done earlier is actually get some AT. I guess we're gonna bring a Panzer for it. This thing should have been... The ship didn't even hit it. You gotta be kidding me.
Jawohl, Kommandant.
I mean, if I can get into church, I don't mind if I do.
Hauptmann.
And then we're gonna have to dodge that. We can actually bring our pack in. Oh, this is not what I wanted. It's the other one. Get that over here, and then we can bring more AA in.
Geschütz bereit, Herr Kommandant.
You can go after that, please.
Wir müssen ausweichen. Zur Stelle, Hauptmann.
Yeah, he's kind of wasting that now. And then we need to get AA in for the center here. So this thing can absolutely shred me.
Sanitäter!
Oh, this is where you are. Okay.
Zerschlagen. Was können wir für Sie tun? Bajonette aufpflanzen.
You can also go after it with that. And then you can go after this, except over there. You can go after this. You can go over there.
Bajonette aufpflanzen. Infanterie bereit. Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
And there we go. Just keep the 59 going. That's going to get AA 40 open. I guess we can bring Marder in here to also help.
Haben Sie Zielkoordinaten, Hauptmann? Wir können nicht mehr. Jawohl, Kommandant. Ich bin bald da.
Good, 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 good. There's a pioneer. No, we need to... What we're going to do now is the good old...
Lanzer zur Stelle.
You won't throw your TNT. Unless I mess it up.
Ah, das hat
Which, the way you do this is like this.
Ruhe, herhören.
You move in, you move out, you move in, you move out, and there we go, it's pinned.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Einsatzbereit.
Okay, so we're gonna have to react to that now.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Ziel zerstört. Wo werden wir gebraucht?
And we're just gonna overwhelm. That's kind of the goal with this division, in my opinion.
Und Einsatz abbrechen. Landsat
Just
zur Stelle.
overwhelm. There we go. Got the bombs off. Oh, there's
Ah, es hat mich erwischt.
white EAE assault over there. Wow. Okay.
Ich hab ihn. Warten auf Feuerkoordinaten.
Yeah. We can do that.
Stehen bereit. Scheiße, das war klar. Feind gesichtet.
He's using 50 minutes, so I'd love to see that. Oh, Panzerfall dies again. Okay, I'm gonna do it like that then.
Unteroffizier Steine erwischt.
This is not really a smart way of playing this. Just wanted to be very clear about that. We're gonna bring a leader for IAA. It's gonna be double that then.
Ah, das hat gesessen. Ruhe, herhören.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna shift our martyrs over here.
Infanterie bereit.
Because, yeah,
Los
because of
geht's,
that.
Männer.
Then again,
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle. Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe. Jawohl, Kommandant.
we could use this actually.
Wir wurden aufgeklärt. Ja, Hauptmann.
And let's see what we can do with the light armor over there.
Speer zur Stelle.
So I want this to push forward so that I can deal with that Panzerjäger over there. I'm gonna take this because this has a higher chance of actually getting through and surviving.
Wir fahren so schnell es geht.
This is eventually gonna be an issue.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt.
I don't think we can forever...
Der ist hinüber. Wir schaffen es nicht. Verstanden.
Okay, let's get some reinforcements in here.
Der ist hinüber. Bereit, Herr Hauptmann.
Oh, well, fortunately I have been falling back already.
Vorwärts, aber schließt die Flanken. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Bereit, Herr Hauptmann.
Just gonna get more of these in now.
Unteroffizier Steine erwischt. Speer bereit. Unten bleiben! Landsat zur Stelle. Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Vorwärts und immer die Augen offen halten. Ja, Hauptmann. Ziel zerstört. Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Okay, it should get the kill there. I trade though. Wow, that's really bad.
Einsatzbereit.
That's really bad.
Zieh den Arsch
But
an.
we can keep this going. We must keep it going.
Das ist ein Befehl.
Let's see if we can find... Oh, that's a good kill there. Don't mind that.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Let's see if we can find that... what's it called?
Munition, verdammt, wir brauchen Munition. Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
We can find that SCKF set somewhere.
Zerstört.
Gotta be somewhere.
Kommandant. Befehle, Kommandant.
Why are you not... Oh, maybe I killed it then. Just lost line of sight on it. There's also EA back here, so...
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel.
No, it's not gonna hurt regardless. But we don't have any armor left, do we? Let's spread these out a little bit because eventually the
Zusammen und dann los.
artillery strike's gonna come... Oh, there it was. That's quite far back though, so that's actually good news.
Bereit, Herr Kommandant.
Because that means technically we can still kind of do whatever we want. As long as this keeps going for single units like that, I don't mind that too much, honestly. So no need to get A over there for now.
Ruhe,
If
herhören.
it does eventually get it, you know, I can lose this flag. It's not... I can afford to do that. So if it ever gets to that point, I think I'm still be okay. Now let's see what the IG-37 can do. What is this?
Das hat gesessen.
Look. It's a heat shell, but that might still be a little bit of a stretch, honestly. Well, let's see. Let's see.
Infanterie bereit.
I have been wrong in the past. I might be wrong again. Okay, we can go after that. I don't mind. Yeah, maybe it's gonna get a little bit excessive now.
Das hat gesessen.
Although then again,
Weiter, Hauptmann.
he keeps focusing it over here where he has one flag to gain, so it could be worse, really.
Es hat mich erwischt.
I'm falling back. Oh, no. He's found out my secret. I know he's going after the IG-37.
Zweiter Zug
That's why.
Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen. Hier nach.
Let's get back in there. Oh, he's gonna lose that now, I would think. Oh, of course. My leader is not even close enough.
Weder Freund noch
Oops.
Feind.
Oops. Because if he has any big strikes like over here or here and then moves in, I'm generally speaking screwed.
Es hat mich erwischt.
It is. I'm kind of surviving at the moment because he doesn't do that. Yeah, I think he's wasting too many shells on this artillery piece over here, which I'm using poorly. Just judging by the fact that, you know, it is
Haben Sie Zielkoordinaten
it is annoying him for sure, because otherwise he wouldn't use that many rockets on it. But this I can easily determine by the fact that it still has plenty of ammo. That rate of fire is slow, admittedly, but still. I'm kind of weak, so maybe we should stop with these random pushing attempts, because I think it's kind of pointless. I need to dig in. Never mind, it's not pointless. I got the 18-6, which is about to gonna go away. Yeah. Still, far from pointless though. Let's move this over here. We can push this up actually a little bit. Let's keep the leader close to our AA. I do see a leader over there, and then we need to resupply our artillery. So I went quite artillery spammy in this game, and the reason why that's just the only thing that I had in A phase. Even in B phase, I have good infantry, but I was burning through that super quickly, so I kind of needed a way to. By the way, we can push here now. I kind of needed a way to make sure I'm not going to burn through that immediately. And it's turned into, of course, just basically an pure infantry game. Oh yeah, these are not the shock ones, so we might want to keep them like in here where they can actually use that. And then we're gonna get some more of these going, and another one of these, so we just need to hold that. We don't have vision for that, so maybe we fall back. We still have, forgot about that, we still have our fire support over there. We also have this, which we can use over here. Alright, okay, this is annoying here. Let's see what we can do over here. Yeah, honestly, just go for fire at will. You can also just go for fire at will. It's generally speaking always better to have your artillery firing at something than not having it firing at all, really. Okay, I think now we kinda... we can still fall it back. Okay, it's not too bad. We're losing that over there though. Next strike over this. So if you're watching this afterwards, just some advice for you. Don't... yeah, now you killed it. But generally speaking, you don't want to use it for that. It's just at this range, Panzerwerfer are not very efficient. Oh, don't mind if I do. But yeah, they're not really meant for that. Should be reloading now. It should also surrender very soon, because I think it's just through the TNT at the other Jäger. There we go. Yep. Actually, we might be able to get across. We'll just try. Okay. And we're gonna form our next line of defense here. With yet another leader. I think we can afford to do that. Moment. There we go. Got to kill on that. Just move in and see what we can do. Move you forward. Oh, the AP is still alive. It's amazing.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Well, actually, I'm not so sure if
200
I really
abbrechen.
find that
6
amazing.
Schuss. Ende.
Certainly don't find that amusing.
Lanze zur Stelle.
Yeah, oh, actually, I should have... Okay, the 2-on-1 I might have won here. Might actually die.
Lanze zur Stelle.
So, I've definitely not used this thing well enough. And now it died, so there's that.
Infanterie bereit. Der ist
Ooh, I gotta say, the infantry still feels super powerful in big phase. It feels like kind of... Whatever you do with it, it doesn't really do whatever what you want it to do super well. But all of it together, especially this thing right here, super powerful.
Weihnachten ist der Krieg vorbei.
Feind gesichtet, Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Zur Stelle.
Let's fall back over here. And GG. Okay. It was quite a stomp. So, of course, not the best, you know, indication of what this division can and cannot do. Also, it was a very weird matchup where both were infantry spam divisions. But nonetheless, it was fun. I hope my opponent enjoyed it too, even though it was a bit of a rough game for him. But, you know, that was all right. So let's see the chronology again. We're gonna save the true judgment for after, for not after the game. It is after the game, but for when we go to talk about the deck. But generally speaking, we could see in A phase, I got actually some good kills, but I was gonna get overwhelmed. So this is something that this division can't really do well. And as far as 20-point spamable infantry goes, I think Pentagrams or Grenadier MG42s are pretty good, so no complaints there. The only issue is that, yeah, you're just eventually gonna... you're eventually gonna get overwhelmed if you go against a cheap division like that. But B phase came around, and my strong infantry, of course, could all of a sudden really do the work. And the other issue is, of course, you just get overwhelmed even by quality infantry, because one of these, of course, can't hold up a really good unit. So there's that. But yeah, I feel like, yeah... And then, other than that, we see the MG42 here, doing some good stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you rely on your range tools. The Ju-87, actually quite a bit of work here. Fusilier, I'm surprised about that. Well, then there's those are S as well. Those are all disarmed units. Well, this one not. Jäger up close, still doing the work. It's not a fantastic Seekers unit, but for 20 points hyper unit in this division, where it kind of fits in. I'm really not against it. Look at how many of those were killed. These are so disgusting. You have so many of them. And then we have Jägerpioneer MP44, all these kind of things. On the other side, yeah, he lost a lot of planes, and actually a surprising amount of infantry to the Flak 36. That's interesting. Sniper was really harassing me there quite nicely at the start. That was really good. Other than that, this thing, of course, is really problematic for me. I mean, this is basically a Fallschirmjäger. We don't really have SS Jung, although we have some of them here. They're actually quite decent now. I've not played Tetau since the patch, I have to admit, and though I actually quite like it. Other than that, what do we have here? Sicherungs, I've not even noticed those, damn. But yeah, from there, it's kind of not super eventful. Panzerwerfer finally killing the 155, so just that. But yeah, let's go back to deck. And again, thanks Tristel for playing a game against me. And we're back. So, yeah, the game, as you've seen, it didn't show us all the limitations of 208. There were definitely some of them. There were some limitations. But at the end of the day, you know, there was a skill difference, and the matchup was very unique. Let's put it like that. So it didn't see all the limitations, but also all of the strengths. Actually, no, I think the strength we saw quite nicely. Some of them we didn't, like this thing is pretty good. But other than that, I think we've seen most of it. So has my verdict on this division really changed? No, not that much. I still think it is a very unique and very flavorful division, but not super strong. Again, comes B phase, you definitely have some strengths, and this can be seriously dangerous. But on the maps where the infantry here is really strong, there's plenty of divisions that do that better. So you kind of hope that you're going to go against a division that is not suited for the kind of maps you want to play this on. think that's all it matters. Of course, Luna has shown us that you can also play this on Slowsk East, but Luna is really one of a kind when it comes to that. So I wouldn't really count on that and hope that you can do the same. That's probably not how it's going to end up. So the weaknesses that we've clearly seen is A phase is a big issue. You get pushed back really easily. This division couldn't really handle spam in A phase, and it also couldn't handle quality infantry. So you're just in a spot where you're looking at the map like, okay, what am I going to do? Now, you have some support tools. It's not that you don't have them. However, you're quickly in a situation where you kind of called in all the things you had. I was really, very quickly I was in a spot where I'm like, okay, I can't continue buying infantry. What else can I bring? Unfortunately, in a lot of the spots we were fighting at, I didn't really, there was no answer. The infantry was the thing that I could bring there, because my opponent was also bringing infantry. Because in other places, you can at least use these, and that helps a little bit. But yeah, I think you really have to buy your planes early on. So maybe in that regard, this is better because it actually zips in, gets the bombs dropped, and goes out. It's out again. But 2 bombing runs, I think, is massive. You just really need to be able to react to your opponent's AA quickly, which is where these come in. Maybe this is not that great then, because you've seen how the rate of fire is just bad. The spread is massive. Although this thing is probably not going to be better. Maybe SK-18s, you can't take them in A phase. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to them. I tried these now. I tried these actually. They're still not good. They're super cheap now, but I would still take this over them, honestly. Yeah, I mean, if you're really desperate, maybe. But other than that, not recommended. So yeah, that's kind of where I see the weakness still. A phase is just a big struggle in every situation. No big surprise there. Infantry is quite decent in B phase, but you really notice the limitations of them. This thing being super strong, but not super chunky. This thing being not bad. But this thing, of course, you notice MP44s and sniper, but as soon as you get into range, this is not good again. So yeah, it has serious limitations, and it's very noticeable. Even when you have your fun infantry. So yeah, this is kind of where this division is at. Now, for the build. We need to unvet these, because we don't have any flamers, so we actually kind of, then we can't bring in the horse. Hold on, why can't we not bring it? Exactly full. I was kind of not super bright on my screens. I was like, it showed them almost like it was, so let's, so this then, actually, hold on, what's available on these? Same. I really wish you got some ersatz MGs. That would actually really help this division. Not even joking. But yeah, so we do this. We take this single vet in the hoop. Oh no, we can't. Why can we not do that? Because I have not removed that one. Put it at double. Never mind. So I would take these single vet. We get 2 more. We kind of need them to rush forward in the place where we would usually rush flamers to. And again, CQC is one place where with 2 of those units we can actually hold things. I had this single vet originally. I don't think I explained that to use it kind of hybridly, but we need the numbers really. And here we're just gonna do the quality over quantity approach. I don't think we're really gonna win anyway. And again, we want to have the Panzerfaust. The MG42 would be better. Maybe we can do 1 and 1, but I just think it's... Generally speaking, I think it's worth a single vetting infantry, but here I'd rather just have the numbers. Now, we can definitely think about not taking these. And then... Because these should really outgun anything already. That is in 20-point range. I think that's going to be okay. Now, we still have plenty of infantry. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but maybe it's going to do. Maybe we don't take these guys and take these instead in B phase. We get double the availability, which is pretty good. Now we sacrifice our pioneer, which has some punch, you know, other than these two. But maybe that's better. And we still have something for a little. We can go a little bit longer, and that actually enables us to take more unit in A phase. Then we maybe were able to single out these again. And now we got 21 infantry action A phase. Line infantry, that is. I think that looks better. That looks more survivable. Because maybe we're still going to get pushed back hard, but this is something that I would do for now. And we could definitely go back, like you can give it a try if you want to. And, you know, it is definitely an option to change his back and just accept that you lose in A phase. But I think having at least, you know, I was basically running out of infantry and kind of artificially trying not to Cold War more in when it was somewhat the only option that I had. Now, of course, again, this one game might be misleading because, again, there might be situations where this was not needed in many other matchups where, for example, you might need more armor or things like that. But I think it's probably the way to go. Other than that, we might get away not having the pack 40 in B phase and take more marks instead. I think that can help us pushing back a little bit. We can take those double vet now. Actually, I would rather have this double vet as well. We don't have that many tools in A phase, although these are kind of glass cannons, so I'd rather have them perform better. And I think that might be, again, the matchup. This is not really because of the matchup, this is because I felt that it might be better overall. But other than that, I think it's good as it is. Again, AA is kind of okay. Artillery is okay as it is. These run out of ammo super quickly, but let's be honest, the mortars will not be any difference. You just have to be very smart with how to use them. Airtab, I think, is good as it is. We definitely saw the limitations of these guys, but truthfully, I think having the multiple bombing runs is still better than having this thing getting in, even though there is some AA. But with medium resistance, we've seen those getting through quite a few times still. So I think it's not a bad call. Yeah. I think that's truly okay. This one we keep. It was definitely useful. Could have used it better even. Something that I definitely noticed that is that, you know, this thing could be useful in some situations as well. Just don't know if it's generally useful enough to justify taking it in B phase next to all the things you had. Now, one thing that I really didn't miss is a leader in A phase with this infantry. So I think this we're actually going to keep. This worked out super well. So yeah, this is how I would do the final build. Again, it might not be the best. It might be. At least it looks playable and fun to me. So this was where we're going to leave it. And I myself, I'm probably going to play it a few times still, because it's kind of fun, despite it being trashy. It is a bit of a challenge, but the flavor is definitely super nice. So there's that. And with that, thank you all for watching. Have a great day and see you all in the next one.